Yeah, before the show, I was talking to Howard, and his instinct was, he said, well, you know, if we keep adding people as we go through the show, this is really going to unravel. You were right. And
I tried, you know, we had a little meeting before the show, and I said, wait a second, you're going to pile everybody in one room, and we're all going to talk at once? That's not going to be a good show. He said, no, it's fine. We do it all the time.
Have you tried this before?
Yeah, they've tried this every day.
Oh.
Right. One of
But
the,
you did say that everybody has like a guy like him
yes.
in their life.
Yes.
Well, let's introduce the guy like him.
Well, you know what? The nicest thing about making a movie is that, you know, you have all these characters in your head. Mm-hmm. I mean, certainly I know my father, this guy Pig Vomit, who was my boss at NBC, was such a nightmare for me that when it came to casting this movie, you had to find people, at least in my mind, who were dead on, or else I couldn't have done that.
Uh-oh.
And
Big Vomit.
Thank you so much, Howard.
no, this is going to come out right. I'll fix it. Yeah. Screwed it up so far, I'll fix it.
Okay.
Paul, you know, one of the hardest parts to cast is Paul Giamatti, because he is the real villain of this movie.
Hey, it's hard not to dislike you when because I've had pig vomits in my family. Everybody in radio, yeah?
Every guy who has seen this movie, every woman who works for a living has said to me, you know, I've got a pig vomit. Gee, I hate this guy. And first of all, he's really a great guy. And we had a fun time making the movie. And he's a wonderful actor. And he nails this. And I don't know how this happens. I don't know how somebody who you never met the real Pig Vomit.
No, not at all.
And somehow he just captured his essence.
Because it was well written. No, it's because it was really well written.
Yeah.
So it was all there, right on the page.
So he projects, really, he can put himself into that role.
Dr. Ruth is explaining
Is this going to be a sexual movie? Oh, get it a sex with you.
I understand, Paul. I thought it was perfectly clear.
Dr. Ruth, can you just throw the word penis in every once in a while to keep the ratings up?
All right, flag on the play. Flag on the play, because we have...
You have a clip.
A clip of Paul in action. We'll introduce everybody else, and we'll thank everybody for being in the Al Rosenberg Memorial section of But first, let's take a look at Paul in action as Pig Vomit from Private Parts.
What a name, what a name.
Pig Vomit.
Well, you be practicing here now?
You're not going to get bashful on me now, are you, Howard? Okay, you ready? The way it's said properly is WNBC. This is key. Come on.
WNBC.
No. Gotta be more like this. Listen up. WNBC. You hear that kind of lift? The NBC.
WNBC. WNBC.
Why don't
WNBC.
Very nice.
So subtle. You're so subtle. It's just great.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, too, I mean, we could sit here and make love to each other. We're so in love with each other. But what's so great about it for me is that we haven't really seen each other since the movie came out.
Yeah.
And Paul's been getting a lot of acclaim. I mean, they did an article about him just in the New York Times and stuff. I mean, he really plays a great villain, this villainous Pig Vomit, and he's just so good at it. And what a thrill to have worked with him.
What you said just before, that he's basically a good guy.
Now, by the way, he has no sexual problems. He's married. He reads books all day.
I'm married.
Do you have a
That's-
you're not?
You're not.
You are.
No.
You got a girlfriend? When are you going to
I
get
got a
married?
girlfriend, but I don't have any sexual problems.
Now, let's move over to Richard, too.
Let's get on the couch here.
Now, Richard, we're going to save Carol for last. Don't worry, we're saving her for last.
Okay.
But Richard plays my father. And everyone from the radio knows my father because I call him all the time. And my father was unbelievable when I was a kid. When I was 5 years old, my father wanted me to behave like a 25-year-old, you know? And this constant shut up, sit down that my father used to do, Richard nailed. I mean,
Well, not only that, your father has a very distinct accent, even though he's from this country.
Yes.
He's from somewhere else.
Same with Dr. Ruth. She's from Iowa.
She's from Iowa? I didn't know that. My father was one of these guys who always tried to talk properly. And when he would talk like this. And he would even say to me, you want to be an announcer, but if you want to be an announcer, you have to speak in a deep voice. I don't know, somehow Richard, again, this was the weird thing about Private Parts, and I think why we got such great reviews is because of these actors. These actors just sort of came to life and really captured these people.
Can you give us a little of Ben Stern?
Shut up! Sit down!
I told you not to be stupid, you moron.
That word moron is something else. I hope you don't use that with your three guys.
Oh, no.
Never. My dad didn't wear an earring, though. It's always weird to see Richard with his earring.
Richard.
When he's rock and roll Richard, as opposed to Ben Stern, it's a whole different guy.
Now, Carol, who was with us for a whole week, has already been sort of in this experience of Fox After Breakfast.
Whose outfit is this? This is
Look
something.
at that. That's, you're looking good as usual.
Thank you. I was standing at the closet at 10 o'clock going, what am I going to wear?
But you were
Carol is perfect for this role. Now, this was another tough thing, because Carol represents in the movie the woman who always rejected me. The woman who would always, I'd run into her and she wouldn't give me the time of day.
The real villain.
And she represents a lot of women who perhaps don't like my radio show, because I had to win her over somehow. And then I spend the movie trying to win her over, actually. That's the premise. So, and she does a terrific job. She's great in it. She
But
really
they
is.
cut one of your scenes,
And
right?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Well, we all had scenes cut.
Yes, they did.
I fought for that scene to be in, by the
Well,
way.
because you know what was important about that scene in my mind is that you were fired from NBC and you came back again. You know, that was really important because it wasn't
Sequel.
Sequel, right.
Okay,
Sequel.
that's
Also,
dramatic.
Sequel.
the best special effects shot in the movie involves Carol Hall.
Oh, no, you don't have the clip. You do not have the clip.
Yeah, well, we don't have time for that clip.
Yeah.
Because
There's more.
there's more coming up with Howard Stern and the gang from Private Parts. You want to say anything to the audience? Give them a little Ben Stern.
Shut up! Sit down! You know what they show in
Howard Stern is Dennis Rodman in male clothing.